Welcome to the podcast.
What it do, people? Yo, I appreciate you having me on this podcast. Kenyon, man, you are that guy. You are that guy, brother.
No, man, no. This is the manager right here. You are that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Obviously.
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me play the sound.
This ain't the right job for you.
There you go. There you go right there, man. Glad to have you on the podcast, man. How you doing today? How you doing?
Man, you know what, man? I'm feeling really good, man. I'm feeling blessed. God has been good, bro. Honestly, like no lie. Hey, that's Shannon. Look here. Shit about a Honda. Look here. Look, man. No, seriously, man. I'm feeling good, man. Through moments of anything that we go through and difficulty, man, I just give praise to God, man. And dude, so. Yeah, man, we're gonna dive into my TikTok again, man. But I'm good. I'm sorry. Yeah. I was about to jump ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, you about to start preaching out in this mug, you know.
Look.
I know, Pastor Robert up here. Make sure you pass around that collection plate.
Get around that side. Get around that side.
Yeah, all right, get around that side. The building fund. But look, man, I found you, as we all know, one of my biggest platform, which is so crazy, is TikTok. My biggest platform right now is TikTok. But the YouTube is starting to get a little crazy. YouTube right now is really jumping off a little bit, but
it is.
My biggest platform is TikTok, and I think I just found you because we all know, a lot of people know, I guess, that I do manager videos on TikTok. Well, I did a bunch of them, all right, and for me, and then I so happened, I don't know, use on my For You page, and I was like, oh, another manager, you know what I mean?
Let's go.
And then so I started watching your videos, and yours were different. You know, mine nowadays, I did do like retail. I think I did a customer service one, a couple years ago, but then people started liking the fast food manager, and so I just started doing this wild fast food manager character. But then I saw yours. Yours was like, the call center manager, and so I just wanted to know, like, just how did you get started on TikTok first and foremost? Like, okay, why did you, of all the platforms you could have done, IJ, Snap, MySpace,
right.
Use TikTok, and then the second part is, how did you come up with your call center manager?
Okay, so answer the question of how did I get started on TikTok, man, I'm gonna just go back just a little bit, man, honestly. So I've been doing comedy for about 10 years or so, and I know, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm only 33, bro. I'm only 33, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I've been doing it for about 10 years, though, because I got started doing YouTube videos back like 3 years after YouTube started. I was in the era of seeing Emmanuel Hudson and Spoken Reason when they first started out. Like, I was on there like, yo, I got to get on here just like them, man, and stuff. So I was already pushing stuff out, man, and that's why I posted stuff on Facebook, and then TikTok came around. And I was a big person that said, I ain't gonna never join TikTok. I ain't gonna never, old folks. Yeah. I ain't never join TikTok. Yeah.
I ain't taking no talk.
I ain't taking no talk of the ticket. I ain't, what I'm saying? And so I was like, man, you know what? I finally joined. I saw some people getting some love on there. So I joined, and my creativity, my style of comedy wasn't necessarily what was popping at that time. When I first got on there 2-3 years ago, right before the pandemic, I started TikTok like right before the pandemic happened, bro.
Like 2019?
Yeah, 2019. Yep. And then next thing you know,
fall 2019. You want to say summertime?
Yep. About fall 2019, bro. And then, and that's when everybody still was doing the dance stuff. Charlie D'Amelio was just now popping. All that, right? You know what I mean? The Renegade, all that stuff.
He was still in dance.
Yeah. And so I started posting my stuff, and I was like, ooh, like, hey, like, I'm guessing this is okay, right? I wasn't getting a lot of love, but it was like, whatever. Yeah. And I just kept trying to, I started evolving and started seeing that, like, comedy is changing the form of it, the form of the way people receive it, I guess, right? It's people were starting to receive it in, like, I need it quicker, I need it faster. And it started triggering my brain to say, I need to come up with different styles and different ways of how I do it. Because a lot of times when I do my stuff, it's freestyle. It's just, hey, I got an idea. I'm just going to go in there, right? Improv. I'm just going to go in there. I'm just going to do whatever I do, right? And so that's kind of like how that happened, man. But then I did the call center thing, man. I worked in call center for about the same time, 10 years. My daughter's 12 now, so I guess probably longer than that, probably 11 years, man, off and on.
Call center?
Off and on. Let's just say that. I guess.
I ain't consulting out this mud. You don't call center consulting. What do you do to get these metrics? Cut that stand-up time. You know what I mean?
Hey, you know what? Seriously. Okay, so I'll say this. Like, so currently right now, as of 2022 in August, you know, hopefully when people listen to this podcast, you know, currently and in the future, they'll say, man, I remember you did that podcast. And you said, right. I am working in a call center right now, currently from home, but it is the easiest job I've ever had in my life, bro.
People, boy, kill me. Yeah. My wife work from home, man. Don't be doing nothing. I'll be watching Netflix. Yeah,
right. So here's the cool thing about mine, bro. It's like literally they're like, hey, you got to make, and here's the thing, we have to make the calls. You got to make 45 calls a day. Bro, no, here's the thing. I can't say the company, whatever, but you got to make 45 calls a day, and we take the time when we call out, right? So that's 6 calls an hour, bro. I be chilling. I be chilling. I be not. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I get off.
They're not watching this.
It's all right. Look at it. I can say it was on my lunch break when I'm sleeping. So anyway, it was like, look, man. But it's a blessing, man. But anyway, the call center manager though. Mm-hmm. Shout out to my wife, bro. I've been married for 14 years, bro. Shout out to her. Yeah, she played my video. I dropped that video on TikTok, I think in January of this year or sometime last year, matter of fact, and it didn't go. It was like a minute and something long. It didn't go. Nobody really liked it. Nobody really interacted with it. But I didn't put the voices and all that stuff in the background. I just put it on. And she was watching it on YouTube one day. This is recently, back in early July. And I said, man, I'm going to repost that. I'm going to cut it up. I'm going to repost it. And bro, and add some voices. I added the voices to the background. I cut it up and I went to sleep. And I woke up, bro, it blew up. I was like, oh, snap.
That's it.
And you say what? I'm sorry.
That's the framework then. You know
yeah. And so then I posted the second part of it, that same one video. Mm-hmm. Then I chopped it up into 3 and I posted the third one. And then after that, I kind of thought I was done. But then everybody was like, keep doing this. Yeah. Keep giving us this.
Yeah. On TikTok, I tell people on TikTok, it doesn't matter. Whatever you do, once they like it, you got to run it into the ground. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me, I was doing like, you know, I'm in LA and I'm an actor and I'm improviser, like master level improv. And I was like doing character changes. I was doing skits on Instagram. You know what I mean? I was doing skits on Vine. I was doing skits on YouTube. So I'm used to doing different character changes, different locations. You know what I mean? I'm used to doing that. But when I came to TikTok, I was doing that and it was like you say, it was flopping. Then when I just did something simple, like literally like move the phone, this character, this position, same person, and then change the phone that way, and that junk just took off. I was like, really? And so it was just like, and then next thing you know, people just start going, oh yeah. You know, I think the first thing that started popping up for me was GameStop. I did a GameStop employee. GameStop's stock was going to the meme stock.
Yeah.
I just was like, oh, working at GameStop. Now I never worked at GameStop. I actually never worked at GameStop. I had got the job, and then next thing you know, I was about to start, and I found out how much you make at GameStop because I was trying to be a manager. This was a couple years ago. And I was going to be, look, man, I'm going to be a manager at GameStop. You know what I mean? I get the games, whatever, Xbox and all that. And so they told me, like, you make like $15 an hour for a manager. I was like, what? I was like, are you serious? I was like, nah. And then I ended up getting a job. I ended up getting another job like right that week. So I never started GameStop. And so, but I just did a couple of TikTok videos based off of GameStop, and people kept saying, oh man, yeah. Then all these GameStop employees just kept commenting. And then so I started just doing the employees first, working at GameStop in different customer situations or whatever, complaining about the trade-in. You know what I mean? But then after I ran that into the ground, then I switched from that. And that's how my manager started. I was like, what can I do next? Oh, a manager of a GameStop. So then I started doing manager of a GameStop. And people were like, oh, yeah. You know, and you just got to keep You gotta drive it into the
ground.
Gotta
drive into the ground. Yeah.
And it's like they can't even see something else that you do. Like you try to do something different, and like it'll fly.
I know, man. You know what? It's crazy you say that, bro. So my idea for it, because I was talking with my boys, the C in comedy. He was like, man, you should call him Mr. Shrugs. You know what I mean? Because you're doing the shoulders all the time. So I was like, oh, Mr. Shrugs, there it is, right? So we got the name for him and stuff. And I said, man, I want to be a manager of everything, though, right? I haven't just worked at call center. I've done a whole lot of other jobs, too. But the thing is, like what you said, people will just gravitate, say, only do call centers. And if people go to myself, I play around with the caption and the words that's on the screen of it, right? So I don't just put, hey, call center managers when they do it. I say, hey, a manager or a company manager, right? I try to touch on different things. I put Mr. Shrugs in different situations, like he's a youth counselor, he's a restaurant manager, what we did, recently, right? And I'm just experimenting. I'm saying, okay, are they gonna like this? They're gonna roll with this one. All right, cool. I can get this one going. I did the retail manager thing as well. And then some people was like, oh, that's not how it is in retail anymore, because I used to work at American Eagle, bro. And
I worked at American Eagle. Wow,
bro, I got that job.
Let's for that. You know what I mean? Because that's hard to get that. Where they don't. I'm gonna tell you 2 retail places that are black people: American Eagle and Abercrombie. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Abercrombie. I've seen one black girl manager work at Abercrombie. That was it. And I had applied to it, several years ago.
Yeah.
And I still, like 10 years ago. And I didn't even get it. I'm like, are y'all serious?
Yeah, man. I got the job from American Eagle, bro, off the whim. My old pastor years ago said, hey, man, just go into the job and tell them you had an interview. I said, but I ain't telling you. He said, man, just go in there and tell them you had an interview. Man, them places, because I was looking for a job, man. I was like 20-some years old, bro.
Yeah.
And I caught the bus up there and I walked in. I said, hey, I'm supposed to have an interview with somebody. He's like, who you supposed to have an interview with? I was like, I can't remember the name or something like that. He's like, all right, man, no problem, man. Just come back this XYZ day, man. You got an interview. I was like, bro, I got the job.
Yo, man. And so, all right, but that's cool. It's really all about. And, right now I'm in the manifesting stuff. Like at the top of this, you talked about stuff that you're going through, right? And that really resonated with me because, as a content creator, people don't know what you're going through. We just, our job is to put out a content. And for me, like the TikTok, and I was like depressed. And so I was like creating this angry content or whatever, this angry manager. I was just like, super depressed or whatever. So I'm just pumping out this content. Just on some, and frustrated too, right? Because I'm in and so where are you based out of?
Kansas City, Missouri, man.
Hey, I thought you was in Kansas City. Oh, all right, Kansas City, Missouri. Now I know my friend was from Kansas City, so not Kansas City.
Yeah,
I know that.
Yeah, you can't throw the Kansas in there, bro. MO in here.
Yeah,
MO.
I was doing TikTok and I was just pumping them out, man. Because you're just frustrated by trying to get roles, trying to get a manager in LA. It's a lot of stuff you got to deal with. And that's why I'm grateful for, what I have in TikTok, as far as just the people that's been, with the brand. But I do believe you don't want to, and even TikTok said it themselves, you don't want to get pigeonholed, even though that's your niche, you don't want to stay in that niche. You guys still got to color it out. And it will be low views, you know what I mean? As you start doing different characters, it's going to be low views, but it'll just take time to build other things up. And for me, I just been dropping some of my, I don't know if you've seen it, but I did a ton of content this week where I just been dropping my classic skits from Instagram and all that and YouTube and just repurposed in vertical form. But they're, originally horizontal and just throwing a caption on there. And so I just been showing people look, man, this is what I do. This ain't, you know what I mean? I'm, I didn't get to be on SNL. I mean, I submitted writing stuff, but this is, it's not just, you want to separate yourself from just, oh yeah, I'm just I'm not, there's some people on TikTok that are like they say people who do stand-up comedy, right? And we'll get into, you said you do stand-up comedy, I think. They'd be like, it's the funny mailman thing, right? Or the funny guy at the office, and in call center, right? It could be that one guy who always I had this customer, right? And that look, I'm about to hang up in 2 seconds, and next thing you know, I hung up in 1, and everybody's laughing, right? But there's a difference between that person and then somebody who's like you, you know, crafting skits, doing
Thank you.
first of all, improving your skits, okay?
Yeah.
Not even written. And then somebody who could go up on stage and make people laugh. And somebody who has 59,000 followers on TikTok, you know, 500,000 likes, right?
Yeah.
Difference than that. But there's people on TikTok who's just a funny mailman who just be like, oh man, you know what I mean? Like,
man,
you see their views go crazy, but they not. It's. I mean, it's like literally nothing. Like this, you know. These oh hell, you know what I mean? I'm in the drive-through. There's one dude on TikTok. He does, you know, I do fast food stuff. He just turns on TikTok Live while he at work all day.
Wow.
And that's it. And like he's not, you know, I mean, I don't think he does any skits. Maybe he does some skits before, but he be at McDonald's. He just at McDonald's, and then people like comment, and he just like, okay, ma'am, here you go, and he just like, oh yeah, you know, no, she up in here. I'm just like,
yeah. Yeah.
Like, this dude got like, you know, 500,000 followers.
People gravitate to the silliest things, you know, on TikTok, on social media, period, though, honestly, right? I mean, we see a lot of people do the fake skits, man, and people are in the comments like, this is real, I can't believe this is real, and stuff like the gold digger skit, bro. I'm like,
or the baby, or the guy with the food he didn't want to buy for.
Yeah, that was so fake. I was like, y'all think this is real? Stop.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. But I like those real looking skits that you can skit. They're hard to pull off because you got to you need to put it on a different page that nobody knows.
Yeah,
different like Twitter or something that nobody knows you from to pull that off. It's like the girl who had the set last year. It got me because I did a video based off of it, and I'm like, man, I'm researching to see if this real. Is this real? Is this real? The girl who said she was from New York. She unlocks her man's face with his phone. She points it at him, and they was in the pool and stuff. And so that caught fire. And I was looking like, is it fake? Is it fake? And I couldn't find their social media. Couldn't find their TikTok. I was like, man, I'm gonna talk about this on my other YouTube channel. And I'm like, oh man, look at this. These girls will do anything. And I dropped some jokes on it. And then I felt so bad, man. I found out it was a skit. I was like,
bro. So. My boy Gerald Houston.
Shout out Gerald Houston.
Yeah, man, that's my guy, dog. You know what I'm saying? And so we talk, man, and you know, we got some things that he gave me some ideas on how to do some things, bro. Because I said I want to do one. I don't care what it is. Like I do care what it is, right? Because I'm not gonna do nothing vulgar, crazy out here. One, because I do be preaching, and then I got a wife and kids, so you know I ain't about to do that crazy. But like, you know, he did give me some ideas on what to do, man. And I was like, okay, I'm going to figure something out, man, because he does a lot of that. And people gravitate to it. And like he did the one recently where he dropped a girl off at the airport. And because she wouldn't, you know, mess with him. So he dropped her off at the airport. And everybody was like, I can't believe this is real. I'm like, that's not like, I know his voice, but it looks and it sounds so real. I mean, it had people like talking about it. All like certain social media websites was talking about it and everything. I was like, yeah, what? Like so it is hard to pull off.
Yeah, those are tough to pull off, man. Yeah, especially, I mean, it's easier when you don't have 500,000 likes like you. Yeah, you have to or you have to be in disguise. Well, not the disguise you use.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be in disguise to where you have to tell the actress like, hey, you know, this is what you're going to say. You know, and you need to, and they have to, you know. It's just like an improv, you know, when you join on the stage or jump on the stage or jump in the scene, you got to commit. You can't half commit. You can't, if there's two people on stage already, you can't be like, all right, I'm about to tag when we tagging somebody in the scene. You can't be like, oh, let me half step out on the stage. Let me half step in the character. No, soon as you touch the stage, you got to be the character. Soon as you know what I mean? And you got to set the scene. So it's like those, you got to like, you got to be like, hey, you know, of course you can film it a couple of times, but like, it's got to be real to be like, hey, this is what you're going to say. You're going to get mad. You're going to be like, da-da-da-da-da. You're going to, you know, smack me or whatever. You're just going to get, you know, get frustrated. I'm going to peel off. Like, it's got to be like, aggressive. You got to
get right into the character. I saw the video of the guys who do the, you know, the dad joke thing all the time. Yeah. So, but they did a collaboration recently with that young black lady who acts like she's a news reporter all the time. And, Yeah, and she got smacked in the face with a soccer ball. But that small little part right there was just like the commitment to the character and the video, right? There was like, hey, we're gonna do this, and she was like, all right, like, you know what I mean? It's people have to be like, if we're gonna do this improv or do this skit or something, that this is the character, this is the scene, this is what I need you to do. You have to commit to whatever it is. And some people, they're like, you know, that can really stifle the realism of the jokes, the video, the whole thing. It's like, you got to be able to commit, because if not, people are going to see it. People are going to see it, and they're going to tell, oh, this is fake.
Yeah. If you try to make up a line, and it would almost be like you got to tell them this is the situation, but then you can't tell them what you're going to say, because that's when you'll get the real reaction. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know, you just gotta, if I know something I'm gonna say, I'm like, oh, that'll be good. That'll set her off in real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Say it, she was like, what? You know what I mean?
Right.
You really gotta not tell them your lines, but say, hey, this is the situation. This is plain situation. So, but back to you, all right?
Sorry.
The manager.
Okay.
The manager, the work from home manager. Dang.
Okay.
Nice. No, see, no money. I have a manager job now. I just started, and it ain't work from home. It is in the field. Okay. 10 hours a day. So that's why people was like, somebody comment like, "Yo, man, when you going live?" I was like, when I got time. I'm gonna actually go live today on TikTok. Because today I'm off. So
yeah,
rare. But I want to know, since you're a manager, notes here. What is the craziest situation you had with an employee at the, you know, any job? It don't have to be call center per se. This one,
okay.
What's you had to fire somebody and they wowed out on you? You know what I'm saying? Or you know, or they try to keep their job.
No, well, I never had nobody.
I need to keep my job. Never me.
Oh, I do declare, Mr. Beauregard. Coming in there with a fan and all that stuff. No, man. So the craziest thing I've ever had to deal with, man, was you know, I've never had to really deal with anything really, just excuses, man. Excuses of lateness, right? You know what I mean? I think that's the thing that all managers probably can relate to, though, right? It's just people being late, bro. You know what I mean? And just some of the excuses you get is like, just you didn't want to come in. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you know.
What's the excuse? Then what's the crazy excuse you've heard?
Oh man, you know what? So I've seen someone literally, because this is a mistake I tell people all the time. Don't add your manager on Facebook. First of all, don't ever add people you work for or work with on Facebook. Like, that is probably one of the craziest and dumbest things that you ever could do. Don't ever do that, right?
That's what I always put in my manager skits. Like, oh, you know, I have my manager say, "I see you on Instagram Live." You know, I see you. You know what I mean? You better come in. I just seen you tag your location where you at.
Right.
Loud. You better come to work.
And that's the thing right there. That's the crazy excuse I got, right? You know, some girl like saying somebody passed away and all that stuff, right? And it's like, I just saw you like yesterday. Stop lying, bro. Stop lying. Dang. So yeah, it's just stupid excuses all the time, though. Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. All right. So what about PTO? And it just could be for you. Now you've done a skit. I just want to share your page. Everybody, make sure you follow the funny guy here. Here we go. All right, can you see that?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. All right, so here we go. This is this funny guy Robert here. Make sure you follow him. And look at that. You know, 500,000, almost at 60K. He'll be at 60K next weekend. I already know. You know, you're already at 59.5. Obviously. All right.
Come on, look.
Make sure, he's pumping out the content here. And of course, we collab. All right, we collab on your page.
We get more though. We get more coming.
Yeah, we need to, because I'm going to talk to you about, you know, YouTube, and yes, I love TikTok. I definitely want to talk to you about YouTube. And so, yes, this funny guy Robert here on TikTok. Make sure you follow. Of course, follow him everywhere, man. but you did do a skit about PTO. And I want to know for you, all right, have you ever taken PTO without it being approved?
Oh yes.
And where did you go? Okay,
so
great to let us know.
You know what, man? So I'm gonna be honest with you, man, and this is crazy right here, though. My name should be Brad or something like that, because honestly, I don't take time off from work half the time, right? Unless I literally have to. I know, right? Unless I have to. Like my wife, she kicked me out the chair to be like, hey, you need to take a mental day. You got to take a time off to take a mental day, right? It's like, because I'd be like, yeah, it's so easy.
You must love your job.
Okay, so again, remember, current job is easy. Past jobs,
when you love your job.
I didn't say I love it. Okay. I didn't say I love it. So current job is easy, right? So that's why it's like, plus because you work from home, it's kind of like, what do you need to take? You know what I mean? Take time off for half time, right? You work from home though. But PTO not being approved. Let me go to that though. Yes, several times. So the time where I went, bro, honestly, was nowhere. I just didn't come in. Like I look, forget that. Look, hear me out though. Hear me out. So I worked the job, and our team was only like 11 people. And it was like only one person can take time off. And I was like, that's ridiculous, right? I was like, I got stuff I want to do, right? You know, if Keisha over here is taking time off for a whole week at a time, I can't ever get no time off, bro. You tripping, right? So I was like, I ain't coming in. It was like, well, even though you got time, it's going to be some occurrences and all that stuff. I'm like, all right, how many before I can get rolled up? Like, just let me know. Because and I took the time, bro. Forget that. You know, sometimes you got to take that mental day for yourself, bro. So, yeah.
Yeah. So you took how long was it? Was it a day?
No, it was I added up so it could be like a 4 or 5 day weekend. So I took like half a week. So, yeah.
So you took half a week. This is what black folks and white people are. You listening to this and watching this on Internet People Podcast YouTube channel. This is what black people do. Let me tell you something. All right, sometimes we just take a vacation, but we don't go nowhere. All right,
we don't go nowhere.
My dad does that. He's still working to this day, and my dad will take off. He won't take off. He's been doing this forever. He will not take off. He's been working this company for like 30 years. He will not take off until Christmas, and he'll take off a week. And during that week, he's going nowhere. You know what I mean? Like nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course, and he won't do Christmas shopping until December 24th. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He do, you know, and so now he's just like, you know, Christmas shopping for the grandkids or whatever. But like he does, you know, he does nothing. It's a week of nothing. And really, he's working on cars. You know what I mean? When I'm down, he's working on cars. You know, so it's like, but Dad, you taking a week off. You know, you're not going anywhere. You're not doing nothing.
Man,
I'm sitting at home. You know.
Hey, like the Everest, what that Everest commercial, whatever. That's it. What are you doing? I'm sitting at home. Actually, nothing.
Wow. Oh man. So I want to talk about. I want to deep dive in here real quick about a couple of things. So YouTube, you're on YouTube as well.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
You're on YouTube, and then did you started just reposting your TikToks on your YouTube, or you already had a YouTube? I think I saw a video with maybe you and your wife before, and it was a skit about people doing unnecessary runs.
Oh yeah, so that was my cousin. That's not my wife. That's my cousin, man. Okay. Yeah. And so we did that, man, years ago. Yeah. So I had my YouTube since like 2007, 2008, something like that, bro. Because I believe YouTube came out in 2005. You know what I mean? So
it's about as old as my channel. Because then this one's like 2000.
Yeah, so
13 years. Like I had it for 13 years. My OG channel.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so that's a triple OG channel, basically.
Yeah, bro. Look. When I first came, I was like, let me subscribe. Oh, this ain't the right one. Let me go ahead and subscribe to the other one.
Yeah, man. So how have your TikToks, your short form? I want to say this TikTok, your short form video, with this manager. You know, how has that been now doing YouTube Shorts?
So it is definitely a learning thing. You know what I mean? The algorithm and the people over on YouTube is totally different than TikTok, you know, because there are a group of people, you know, first of all, let me say this. There's 7 billion people in the world. And if I'm only getting, you know, 7,000 views on TikTok, obviously there's a whole bunch of people who have not ever saw me before. Come on. There it is. Come on. Who have not seen me before. Who have not seen me. Come on, look here. Who have not seen me before on YouTube. So on YouTube is definitely a different thing. Somebody was writing on there the other day. I posted and it was like, is this supposed to be funny? I was like, what? It ain't funny for you. That's all right. So what? Bye. Get out of here, right? So
man, the negative, it's so funny, man. The positive comments, and I thought I had written that down, but the positive comments, man, you know, you see that and you start reading it, but then that negative one, you could be out the rest of the day doing something, eating St. Louis pizza. Oh, I'm sorry, St. Louis Chinese food. I know about that. All right, maybe you're doing that, and you're still thinking about that one negative comment, and it's just so. I mean, they say you shouldn't read the comments, but people on our level, we have to because we're trying to respond to everything.
Mm-hmm.
We're not, you know, we're not at 1 million followers and subscribers to where, whatever, y'all gonna like it,
right?
You know what I mean, we have to like comment, and
right. We're still getting a notification to tell us please engage with your followers, so you can.
These comments on YouTube, these are the comments you haven't responded to. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's so I get it, man. It's just crazy how the negative comments. But for me, you know, I've been doing content so long. It's just like, you know, I just like, you know, I like to roast people though. So they're like, I'm like, dude, I'm not. I tell people on TikTok, I'm professional. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm professional. I used to roast people, you know, since college. So I'm professional. It's a superpower. So I don't do it anymore. But when people just make comments and stuff, I'm like, y'all know, I'm not a regular TikToker. You know what I mean?
Bro.
I will destroy you if I have the time. And I will troll you. I can do a whole video based on what you say.
Bro, that's so crazy you say it, man. When I first got on TikTok, man, a while ago, man, me and a couple of my homies, man, Big Cam, IMC, and Comedy, all of us, man, like shout out to them again. We started this thing called the SRBL, the Stitch Roast Battle League, where you would stitch someone else's video, bro, and you would come in with a joke about whatever video it was that they just had, you know. Really? And it was a group of us, man. And of course it disbanded. It wasn't as successful as we wanted it to be, bro. But I would roast people all the time. And people always be like, oh, like, you know, think I would be subconscious about my gap and my chip too. So that, bro, I'm like, oh, that's all. Hey, look. This is the only thing people got on me though, right? When they try to crack on me, it's the only thing. But I'm like, bro, I will run you through the ground. Don't play. Like, cause all you're gonna do is come for this part right here. And I'm like, I'm on your head, boy, like everything. So, like,
man, shouts out to the Gap Teeth people out here. You know what I mean?
Hey, let's go.
Michael, what is his name? Michael Strahan. You know what I mean?
Right. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So it's just like, oh yeah, that's nothing. A gap tooth. Like, okay, all right, I got.
Right.
Speaking of, you did a video based off of potlucks and stuff. And, you know, and he did one about, you know, and I just wanted to know, like, should companies even still do, after this is still COVID time, and it's monkeypox. You know,
come on.
And it's about monkeypox. So, I go, Kansas. I ain't trying to get that monkey. All right.
Hey, you could have used that word no more, right? Because like back in the day, you know what I'm saying? You know, you're like, girl, yeah, you got that monkey, right? Now it's so now it means something else.
Now it means
right.
Should companies still do a potluck, man? I mean,
no.
Going to Golden Corral no more. You know,
no.
Golden Corral. Should companies do potlucks?
No, bro.
You said that.
Right.
People buying stuff from the grocery store, which companies used to do, like buy stuff in the grocery store. You gotta buy some cookies. You gotta buy cookies. You can't bake them.
Right, bro. But no, seriously, like you gotta think smart about it, right? So it's like, I don't want nothing from your house. So I wrote the skit. I wrote the skit in a way to where me personally can relate to it, right? So potlucks and all that stuff people have. Like, I'm gonna bring some of that, bro. I don't want nothing from your house. We got too much going on in this world, right? I already buy stuff from a restaurant and I'm trusting them. At least buy it from them, right? Like, because I don't look, because if you buy it, because they gotta have health people and all that other stuff, health department people and stuff. Of course, they're never 100% right, but man, if you buy it from the house, boy, you got 19 dogs, fur everywhere, all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Then people don't do hand sanitizer or go wash their hands. Like, they literally drop the food down at the table and be like, "Hey, the food here or the pizza here," and people just get up from their desk and just. I'm like, "Oh God, like." Right.
Especially them big women. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
I was in Atlanta, and I'm telling you something. When we have some of these women that's heavy on the hoof, and men too. All right, men too.
Yeah.
Some of these people that are heavy on the hoof. And like, soon
Come
as
on.
the potluck comes and the food's up there, and they're like, "Oh, okay, guys." And like, I was at my desk, right, just working, like you, just working stuff, whatever. I'll get to it. And next thing you know, them big people,
Come on.
They're the first one up. They, you know what I mean? Like,
Hey, hold on 1 second. Hold on. We're gonna go.
Hold on. I'm going on the way. Real quick. We'll be like, wait a minute.
Right.
We need some people to cover the phones.
Right.
All y'all can't go at the same time. We need that.
Hey, bro, oh my gosh.
Everybody can't go up at the same time. Right?
That is so true. That is so true.
Potato salad. Okay. What? I'm gonna tell you something. You could think about this. What's the worst potluck dish? I'm gonna tell you something right now. I had one. It was 7-layer dip with peas in it. I ain't never. First of all, I'm not a huge fan of sour cream, but I ain't never have I ever seen a 7-layer dip. And
I've heard of 7-layer dip, bro, and I've seen it, and it's.
I was like, what? And at the party we was at. All right, this was a church function. I'm gonna just tell you that. And at this church function, I was like, and we didn't have the pizza. Like, they didn't order the pizza. I'm thinking like, why the pizza ain't here? They didn't order the pizza. There's like, oh, pizza's on the way. But in the meantime, this is what we have. And all we had was the same level dip. I was like, I'm just starving. At this point, you starve yourself because you're going to a function. You think there's going to be plenty of food. It's like, yo, I don't want to eat no breakfast or nothing. I'm coming in with my appetite. And
right.
This sucker had a 7-layer dip. I start eating it. I said, what is peas? Oh,
peas.
I spit it. Oh, man.
You didn't see the peas in there at first?
No, I didn't. I was just so hungry. You know what I mean? Black folks, we didn't have no pizza. Black folks, I was like, dang, I'm starving. I need to eat something till the pizzas get here.
Oh,
bruh, it was disgusting.
Yeah. So for you, yeah, for me, you know what? I've had 7-layer dip, or I've seen it. I've not necessarily had it. I've seen it, right? And I tried it. I'm not a fan of it. Green bean casserole, not a fan of it as well. Those are 2 things, bro. But you know what? Another one that I'm not a fan of, and some people may think like, "What, you crazy?" Tres.
Oh, watch it.
I know, but I'm just saying, tres leche cake, bro.
Oh,
I'm not a fan.
Leche. Oh, I don't think I've only had it once.
Bro, like this one girl, she was talking about it, bro, and she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna bring some tres leche cake and everything." And everybody's at my little desk at the time. This was years ago, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait! Yes, bring it!" It's like that. I'm like, all right, like, I ain't never heard of this. I don't know what this is, right? You know,
yeah.
Bro, she bring this stuff in like a sponge, and people are like, this is how it's supposed to be. I'm like, oh, what is this? Like, oh, God. Oh, God. Disgusting, bro. Disgusting. Yeah.
Uno, dos, tres times.
Tres times. Tres leche, disgusting. Like, that was not it. I was like, oh, gosh, this is nasty.
Oh, man. Yo, I wanted to know, what do you think you watch more of, TikTok or YouTube? Let me say, what do you watch more of? What do you think you watch more of? My wife said the other night, I could watch TikTok all night. You know what I mean? And as she work from home, she does. Okay, all right. You can work from home. You can watch TikTok all day.
Right.
She'll be over. I come home. You know what I mean? I just hear her laughing and giggling. I'm like, yo, what are you supposed to be working? You know?
Yeah.
They're sitting here on TikTok. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
I want to know for you, what do you think you watch more of, TikTok or Netflix?
Oh man, YouTube.
Really? What? That wasn't a question.
I know, but I'm gonna say YouTube more than Netflix, bro. Check me out. Check me out.
TikTok or YouTube. You watch more YouTube.
Yeah. So you're saying I would, because I watch TikTok, but not as much. If that makes sense, right? So I'm on there. I'm like this. I'm like, and then you get tired of it, bro.
Like
Like, no, for real, bro. Like you go and you're like, man, I'm seeing the same thing over and over. I'm seeing the same people over and over, right? Even if it's somebody you don't follow, you'll see this person again, and you're like, gosh, Lee, like you got to hit not interested on this thing. Like, I'm not interested in this person. Like,
it'll still come up.
It still comes up, bro.
Come up. It's this podcast that I don't like. Shouts out to them. And I was trying to see if there was an ad or not. And like they keep showing up on my For You page. But they talk about like, and I'm into tech. I have a tech YouTube channel, but it's more so about TikTok. It's just how to be great on TikTok and stuff.
Yeah.
Just the tech with green screens, basically, right?
Oh yeah.
How to do certain things on TikTok. So, but these guys, they talk about different tech stuff and like maybe comic book stuff. And I'm not even really interested in it. And I put not interested in like 4 times. Once again, the other day, they still showed up.
Bro, and you're like, you don't want to be mean and block them, but then you're like...
Right. Yeah. So
like,
I commented. I was like, man, I see this so much on my For You page. I feel like people, when they say you see me so much, I see too much on my For You page. I feel like I need to be on this podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
TikTok thinks I need to be with you guys, so I need to do an interview or something. Because I don't know, man. So you watch YouTube. What are you watching on YouTube?
Yeah, man. Like I said, because all my other because like I said, TikTok I get bored of, and then a lot of other streaming stuff like the Batman, for instance. I'm gonna get to YouTube for a second, but like the Batman, for instance, bro, I haven't finished it. Stuff on Netflix, I haven't finished it. Right? My brain. Sometimes I gotta slow down. My wife tells me this all the time. Slow down. Sit down somewhere and go. Like chill and relax and watch something, and I just be like, So YouTube, I'm watching a lot more long form stuff, listening to a lot of different things like people, money management podcasts, stuff about the housing market, some sermons. I mean, I listen to a lot of movie review stuff because that's what I really want to dive into more of, movie review stuff. And now listen to a lot of court cases. So yeah, Straw Hat Goofy, yes, yeah. Shout out to him, yeah. But more like John Campia. I don't know if you know who John Campia is on YouTube. Really good guy, man. Really got great content, man. Podcast stuff where he talks about movie news and reviews movies and all that. Yeah.
So hey, man, you got it. Well, are you going to make a separate? Are you going to make a separate TikTok? You definitely would have to. I would say that everything else, you could put on there. But when you talk about movie reviews, that is totally different. You got to make a separate TikTok. Yeah, because then everybody, like you said, they'd be like, "What is this? Get back to the Mr. Shrugs." Right. Obviously, this is a movie.
Now look here. If you're gonna be watching their movies, huh?
Now, what someone suggested to me, a lot of times when I read an article, I do a lot of. I mean, for me, I'm in the weeds. I'm in the thick of it. I'm always studying, always learning. And I was just watching a YouTube guru a few minutes ago on YouTube. But like you say, I mean, you know, like your wife is right. You got to like untap. So for me, I have gaming, but now like, you know, I probably start doing Twitch and stuff. But I do a bunch of things on my Twitch. I put this podcast on Twitch. So shouts out to everybody watching this on Twitch. You know what I mean? At Kenyon Long.
Hey, go ahead. Follow my boy.
Yes. So, but she's definitely right about that when it comes to just unplugging. But I think someone had mentioned in my comments once before. I was like, I would have to do that when nobody's home. But when this book I read actually, it was called I think it's Smarter, Faster, Better. I think in that book. Smarter, Faster, Better. I'm looking right at it. Look, I'm gonna be unprofessional. I'm gonna show you. Okay. Yeah. I was right. I was right. Boom.
Okay.
So, in this book, you can't see it. There we go. Smart.
Yeah, there you go.
Better, all right.
Mm-hmm.
I just randomly picked this book up from the $5 store. Charles Duhigg. All right, Smarter, Faster, Better, right? So I read this book, and in this book, though, he talked about, he talked about a bunch of stuff, different case scenarios, and then he talked about Frozen, how Frozen was made, and how it's they pretty much changed the movie at the last minute, like for animation, like they had like 6 months to go. And
wow.
Disney was like, yo, this is not it.
Whoa.
This is horrible. And so they pretty much had to figure out and do something different. They were like, okay, what if they didn't like Olaf? They didn't like
wow.
They said they hated Olaf. And then they said like, we don't want a prince. How about let's not have the prince save Elsa. You know what I mean? Maybe they make him the anti-hero. We flip it and do something different. And then I think it's another case study where he talked about how it was this company and stuff that said that if you put two things together to make something new, you're right. And he said something about stuff comes back around where some people. Yeah, so that's what Disney did. Like they took the princess thing, but they did, which is old. So you said you take one thing that's old, right? Yeah. The princess in distress or whatever, princess wants to be a queen or whatever. You take that old idea that's been around for 50 years, but then the new idea is turning the prince into an anti-hero, a villain. You put them two together, and then you got something new. Okay? Yeah. So you take an old thing, which is the
Mr. Shrugs. Yeah.
Mr. Shrugs, right? All right, so that's the character. But then you put it with, that's a new thing. An old thing was doing movie reviews. So the old thing that's been around. Siskel and Ebert, all right, all these movie reviews. And, shouts out, I just saw Straw Hat Goofy at a Nope event. But you take movie reviews and you put them together. Mr. Shrugs does movie reviews. Then it's like, oh. And so that's what they did in this book about Frozen. They just and that's what they say over time. When you do stuff, people think that it's innovative, and it's not. It's just something old. Yeah. Something else you change a little bit. Yeah. Put it together, or two old things put together, and people think it's new. Oh, it's groundbreaking. No, it's not. So someone asked me on my timeline. They said, "Oh man, maybe your manager should play Call of Duty and stuff." I'm like, and that's like that dude, Dr. Disrespect, right? Yep. And so for me, I play great at Call of Duty. I don't play this new one. I play great at Call of Duty. Being in character, I could do that. All I got, you got the headset. You know what I mean? Just got the shirt. And I could just talk trash to people the whole time. So I thought about that. So really, just as a thing to you, if you want to do movie reviews and keep it on that channel, you could test it out by putting the Mr. Shrugs.
I never thought of that. See, I never thought of that, bro. So that's a great idea. Honestly, And one thing that I am going to try to start doing, man, is just branching out. I try to stay away from using the sounds, the TikTok sounds, and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Do you mean this?
Yeah.
Or you mean this?
Well, more like what's that one that's going around right now? I want to use that one that's going around right now where they're like using the emojis and stuff. The emoji challenge that's going on and stuff. It's just and here's the thing, man. Stuff trends go and so fast on there, man. That's the reason why I want to stay away from them, man. So it's like, man, I'm like, oh, I can hop on this, but then it's like, how relevant will this be in the next 6 months? Yeah. This trend or whatever it is, how, like, no one's gonna. And so saying that gives me so much more confidence to say I can continue to branch out and keep morphing this character into something else even more. I don't know if you saw my other character, Ian. he loves his job, you know? And so I'm branching out to do other things. Like, okay, I'm slowly but surely saying like, here's another character, guys. Here's another character, guys. You know, and so then people can see that like, oh, this guy's got so many characters. It's great, right? It's almost a reverse of what you said you was doing. Like you did a whole bunch of characters and then you got the manager. Now it's like, okay, I got the manager. Now I'm like, let me show you guys the other characters. Let me show you guys what else I got, you know? So yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, because I mean, just I go ahead and say it right now. You're sick of doing the manager. You're sick of it.
No. I'm not. You know, man, one of the strategies that I have though, man, that doesn't tire me out though, honestly, and I haven't did it, I need to go do it, is that because I got the videos I'm putting out there with my kids up, but I take one day out of the week and I go and record, man, like 7-8 scenarios, bro, just in one sitting. And then that's me for like the next 2 weeks, you know, videos.
That's what I'm, since I got this crazy schedule for this gig now, that's what I'm doing today.
Yeah, it saves you so much time and less stress, bro. You're like, oh man, I ain't got to worry about it. It's like, all right, man, look, you know, I got a collab sitting and stuff. People like, oh, when's it gonna come out? And so I'm like, hey, it's gonna come, but right, let me get rid of all these other videos first. I'm gonna dump those out first for you guys. So yeah. No, it's definitely helps. You know, if you're a full timer. You know, yes,
you know, kids and stuff. And now for us in California, kids go back to school next week. So my daughter go back to school next week. And so you like trying to get back into the back to school flow and all.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think when it comes to TikTok, and so I think they're really pushing being live. And I saw that you did it. Were you doing it? You be doing the live things before? Yeah. So they trying to, and I just got subscriptions on live. And so I named my badges as new employee hire. Oh,
and so that
subscriptions?
Yeah, well, I don't have any person subscribed yet, but I got the thing unlocked to start getting subscriptions. Yeah, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna have to send you an invite to it, man. I think you can invite people to it, and then so I'll send you an invite to it, and then boom, I think you should be straight and good to go. I think.
Did you start? Have you been doing the manager live?
So I did do it a few times. Yeah, I did it a few times. And so here's the crazy thing too. Somebody unfriended me, bro. Somebody unfriended me because I was doing the live and I was doing the manager thing, right? And so as you're on there doing an interview, if you don't answer the question right, Mr. Shrugs kick you off, right? It's just being silly, right? You know what I mean? And somebody unfriended me and stuff. I was like, I'm joking. It's me being a character right now, right? Like people coming like that's. You know, I would do the same thing to my mama if she came in on my live. You know what I mean? I'd be like, you didn't answer the question right. Obviously, this ain't the right job for you, and kick you off. But you know, it's just yeah.
So you on your live, I'll say. So I've been doing, and they love when I do that. I'll probably do it today. But I got a packed day today.
Yeah.
I do complain to the manager, right?
Mm-hmm.
But people, I just read the comments, and then I just improv off the comments. And then I act like I'm in the restaurant, and then I'm complaining to, to employees. And so, like, that's what I'm doing live. But I do like, so for you bring in people to like.
Yeah, I have. So I'll answer the questions as well. Plus, if people want to come in, they'll come in, and then I'll just start, doing like an interview for them and stuff. Like, now, how would you work? What if you had somebody on the floor? Like, I ask them the whole question, and if they don't answer it right, I'm like, obviously this ain't the right job for you, and I kick you off, right? Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out how to do it well because I did it one time, and I brought somebody.
Kick them off because every time I try to kick somebody off, I just end the live. I'm like, where do you kick them off at?
No, you hit the little X button up in the corner on their part of the screen and it takes them out of it. So yeah, or you hit the little multi thingy down there or whatever, and then it takes them off though. But like I accepted somebody in one time and they was like trying to battle and it messed up my whole flow. So I stopped like bringing in certain people, bro. As soon as they see the battle thing come up, I kick them right off. So I'm like, bro, I'm not here to battle, bro. I'm here to. Yeah. I'm here just to,
Yeah, they don't know. They just like, you got randos. And that's why I be trying to bring people in because, I don't know, man. You just get randos on TikTok and you don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So it's just like, and no one's done nothing like offensive or nothing crazy. But then it's like, I had some little girls. They was like drinking Starbucks and stuff. What's going on here? And then I just in the character. I wasn't a manager at that point. I was just doing something. I do a lot of improv games of mine. I do improv games. So I'll just do like good question, bad answer. All right.
Yeah.
And so right now we're gonna play good question, bad answer. All right.
Oh man.
For Mr. Shrugs here, you know what I mean? I want to know.
Here we go.
I want you to give me a good question, and I'll give you a bad answer. No, I'm gonna give you a good question, and you give me a bad answer. All right, I'm gonna give you a good question. All right. You give me a bad answer, Mr. Shrugs. Okay. I want to know, can I take off? You know, can I take off next week for 6 days?
Now, did you put your request in 8 months in advance?
No.
Then that's going to be a poll. Okay? A whole point, because you ain't take next week off. All right?
Oh my God. Obviously.
Now, let me ask you a question, okay? Okay. All right. Now, I was checking out some of your calls, okay? And this person was cussing you out. You hung up. What happened?
What had happened was I had that 7-layer dip. Oh, that's what it is. And I had that pink sauce, so I had to go to the bathroom.
Oh!
I had the bubble guts when that pink sauce, so I had to go run to the bathroom. I had to put this sauce.
Not the.
I want to know the pink sauce. Would you have? All right. What would you rather have here? What would you rather have here? Would you rather have a free $20, or the pink sauce is the only sauce you can have on all your dishes for the rest of your life? All right, which one? A free $20 or the pink sauce on every dish you have for the rest of your life? Which one you taking? Which one you taking right now?
$20. What are you talking about? It's not appealing. Oh, it's not appealing. Obviously. Come on, it's not appealing.
It looks so, and it's so funny. We both got like pink shirts. So like, yeah, you got the Looney Tunes. I'm like, that when I first saw it, it looked disgusting. It
looks. You put it on mac and cheese and all that stuff. But hey, real quick though, as much as I'm talking about it though, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Shout out to her, because her resilientness, bro. She came on recently, bro, and she said that she got a whole deal, bro. A deal with the whole gourmet company or something like that. Yeah. And they're gonna fix her stuff. I said, bro, hey, I love the resilience that you're going through, and you're gonna keep pushing for your dreams. So that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're gonna get these jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
But she, I mean, did you see the video when she went on live on Instagram? And that's what really blew it up, because she was like, "Y'all talking about the FDA? Ain't no drugs."
I saw that.
Are you kidding me? FDA ain't no drugs in this. I said, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Well, look, man, I am excited glad to have you here on the podcast, Internet People Podcast, man. Where can everybody follow you at, man?
Hey, man, you guys
in the description below as well, but let them know audio-wise.
Okay, so you guys can find me on Facebook and YouTube and TikTok under This Funny Guy, DISFUNNYGUY, This Funny Guy Robert, and you will see it. It will pop up. You will see this guy face right here. You either see me or the Gap, one or the other. You're going to see that first, and then on Instagram, it is just This Funny Guy. That's it. DISFUNNYGUY. This Funny Guy. There it is, y'all. And it's a picture. It's an animated picture of me. So yeah.
Yes. So that's dope, man. Everybody follow him. Of course, we got a collab. We got more collabs coming, of course. And yeah, man. Internet People Podcast, man. It's your boy Kenyon Long. You can follow me everywhere on Facebook. All right, on Facebook at Kenyon Comedy. On YouTube, you already know the triple OG channel, Kenyon Long, man. Thank you guys for checking that out. It's been bubbling this week. As well as the Kenyon Long Show on YouTube. You can check that out as well. Internet People Podcast on YouTube. And, of course, Internet People Pod on TikTok, man. On Twitch, we talked about Twitch is Kenyon Long, man. But I'll drop that one link, the Beacons link, and you can just follow me everywhere, man. Support the podcast, man. Help the podcast grow and support this funny guy, Robert. We see you guys in the next episode.